What up, G-Life? It's your boy, MC Shadow, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed to the channel. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. I highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. It's absolutely free. Don't cost anything. Join the G-Life. Now, one of the questions that I was asked and been getting asked for a while, right? I just, keep forgetting to do the video, right? Is, why do gang members do drugs? Right? Why is there a lot of gang members, why is the drugs entangled with the lifestyle, right? Why do these individuals seek to do drugs, or why the reason why they do drugs? Contrary to what people believe, not all gang members do drugs. Contrary to what people believe, drugs is not obligated for individuals to do. Contrary to what people believe, not all gang members sell drugs. As a matter of fact, not all gang members even like drugs and all of that in general. As a matter of fact, here's a fun fact. Not all gangs even allow their homies to do drugs. There are certain gangs whose rules are that their homies are not allowed to do drugs. They could sell drugs, but they're not allowed to do them. Fun fact. You can believe what you want. It's irrelevant, to the facts. What people see in movies and what they hear on documentaries and stuff like that. I can only call it for how it is, right? Now, drugs is a part of the lifestyle, right? People sell it to, gain financial gain, and people do it for their own personal uses, right? But why is it that, right? And is there a connection between smoking marijuana and then that leads to heroin and all of that, right? That's actually false, right? But I'm going to give you some background into that, right? The reason why they say marijuana leads into all of that, right? It's the reason why gang members do drugs, even though they would never admit this, but this is the only reason why they do drugs, is homies have problems, right? Homies go through shit. Homies are human like anybody else, even though people see them as crude and heartless and cold-blooded, right? Because of the things that they do. Nonetheless, they still have real emotions. There's still stuff that they care about, so they feel tragedy, they feel pain, they feel, depression, they feel everything just like anybody else, right? Even though they say that they don't care and that they don't show it, nonetheless, doesn't mean that every person in this planet, unless you're a psychopath, then it's a, brain disorder, right? A neuron disorder, right? So then that in itself is for a different video, right? But a majority of people are not, right? So everybody out there has emotions and feels stuff, and there's stuff that they care about, and you could say stuff to hurt them, despite if they want to admit it or not. This is all facts. I don't care what the person out there saying that, nah, homie, not true, I don't give a fuck about nothing. Bullshit. That's the reason why you're saying the shit that you're saying. That's only something that somebody who's actually hurt and has a lot of pain will say, right? Because, there's no secret, humans as a species, we're emotional creatures, right? It's one of our biggest flaws as well, right? Because a lot of people have a hard time keeping their emotions on check, right? A lot of people, make their judgment and their decisions based off of pure emotion, which is never good to do. But, right? So individuals feel this pain, and the reason why they're a part of the lifestyle to begin with is they already had a tragic path leading before they even hit here. So once they already, join these organizations, these gangs, they already have a lot of baggage to them. They already have a lot of pain to them. That's the reason why they lash out to the world and cause all this destruction, right? Because it makes them feel better about their overall situation, right? Why do I got to be feeling with pain? Why do I got to be the only one that's struggling and going through this? Why should I give a fuck about everyone else's pain when no one gives a fuck about my pain? Now I'm going to make everybody feel how I feel, right? And they're going to have to deal with it just like I have to deal with it because it's not fair. Hey, who said life is fair, right? That's the reason why they act the way they act. And that's somebody who's full of pain, as you can clearly see, right? So when you do drugs, right, the reason why sometimes they say marijuana, leads to that is, right, is the easiest one to get, the easiest one for kids to be using, because they don't think it's that bad or whatever. But then they like the feeling of now it numbing their emotions, right? It's suppressing the thoughts, right, that are always, whenever you're just thinking, you're thinking of all this shit, right? It suppresses that, it numbs that, so you don't really feel, so smothered or your, anxiety or, the overall, depression of things, right? Calms it down, right? But it doesn't really silence them, right? So then that's why they lead to then doing cocaine, and meth, and then harder and harder drugs, because they start seeing as more stronger it gets, the more it starts numbing the pain that they feel of their overall emotions. It makes them forget about all the responsibilities. It makes them forget about all the, stress that they're dealing with. It numbs it all, bro. It numbs it all. Because when they're sober, they just have all of this. They're dwelling on all of this, and they don't know how to handle that, bro. It smothers them, bro, and they don't like that feeling, bro. So that's why they turn to these drugs, bro. Because they don't have no one to go and talk to, and or for people to actually listen and fix these problems. Because the majority of people who are in this life, and especially if you're coming from a raza household, you have no one to talk to. If you go to people with your problems, they're gonna be like, man, shut the fuck up, fool, suck it up, just like the rest of it, and they're not gonna help you, bro. Straight off the bat, homie. They're gonna, probably make fun of you. They're gonna call you names. They go, give you a hard time. They're gonna tell you to shut up and muscle through it. So you're really gonna get no help, bro. So, and all these individuals know that shit. So they keep it all bottled up inside, bro. And what happens when you keep something bottled up inside, bro? Come on, bro. It's only a matter of time before it, because no one could just go their life with keeping shit bottled up inside. Everyone eventually cracks. You see people having nervous breakdowns. You see people going and shooting up stores, or the road rage that they just go completely off the haywire. Because, whatever happened, that was a straw that broke the camel's back. And maybe it wasn't whatever had happened in that, that time frame. That was just, that was just the straw that broke the camel's back, bro. These people were already, hanging by a thread, bro. And that incident just, and, that's why you see all these crazy road rages or all these incidents, or gang members doing, all this crazy shit. Because it's not healthy having no one to talk to. It's not healthy keeping all your problems bottled up inside. It's not healthy at all, bro. I don't recommend anybody do it. I recommend people seek therapy. It does help. And you won't be seen as goofy or nothing like that, bro. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they don't know how to, help people, bro. As a matter of fact, they make it worse. These familias, that these people come from, they can't turn to their loved ones for guidance because they don't know how to guide, bro. Because there's a lot of people that are not caught up to give advice, bro. They say the worst things you could say when you're trying to help somebody, bro. Honestly, I know people say like, nah, sometimes you gotta just be real and tell them how it is, bro. When we're talking about somebody who's at the breaking point, right, of being stuck in a state of psychosis, bro, we're talking about something that's very delicate, bro, and that needs to be treated, with professional, guidance, bro. It's not something that you should just go and whatever, because then that's when you trigger something, bro, and some shit's gonna happen that you gonna, you know what I mean? That's just gonna make shit a lot worse, bro. And what happens is that a lot of shit triggers these individuals, and then they go and do the most craziest shit out there, bro. And that's why you see these incidents happen, bro. Because, these people who are supposed to help them or supposed to be there for them just make situations worse, bro. Because they don't know how to talk to individuals, because they think that, this kind of shit, it's not working, or this, you can't fix things by, coming and talking like civil adults. You have to come aggressively, homie. That's the only way to fix a problem. Says no person ever, because it has never fixed no problem ever. Yet people go and resort to this. That's their first option. Why? I have no idea. They must never have learned history. Because when you come aggressively and talk shit to individuals, hoping to get them straight, guess what, my boy? It never works. You can lie to yourself and be like, nah, homie, this is the only way to fix shit. When has problems ever got fixed like that? Name a few times. Bro, it has never fixed problems, bro. Because you can't fix problems with violence and coming aggressively and negative. Negativity will never gain you positivity. I don't know if you ever learned that. Right? So they try to help these individuals the worst way possible. And that's maybe the reason why these individuals don't end up turning a new leaf. Or the families are scratching their heads. Man, I wonder why that didn't work. I told them everything he needed to hear. Que están pendejo, baboso, estúpido, que no. Like, oh, that didn't work. But boy, are you sure that didn't work? Did you say it the right way, though? Did you make sure you put some energy in that shit, Did you threaten him with the chancla, the bell? Come on, my boy. How did it not work? It's too funny. But, I mean, individuals, that's the reason why they turn to the drugs. And the reason why the drugs are involved, right? It numbs their pain and it numbs all the shit that they're going through. But like I said, not all gang members do it. Not all gang members like it. Not all gang members sell it. You know what I mean? In a neighborhood, you'll probably have, out of that whole neighborhood, you'll probably only have maybe like the most, maybe like 8 dudes selling. The most, while the rest don't. And more than half probably use, but not all. And not all use the extreme drugs. Like in my time, you know what I mean? I dwelled in the drugs, you know what I mean? Just like everybody else. The only thing I never dwelled on or ever touched was heroin. And that's because we're not allowed. And I never wanted to either way, right? There's a code and a promise, we had made, that we would never go down that path. And I'm someone who believes in sticking to your word, right? And like I said, that's the one thing that I have learned, that once a homie uses that drug, that homie is completely destroyed. That homie no longer cares about the neighborhood, no longer cares about what we got going on, no longer cares about carnalismo, no longer is there for you. All they worry about now is just getting high, their next fix, and how to obtain this habit. They don't care about the hoods no more, and they don't care about nothing like that no more. So they cease becoming homies. You see them in the streets riding their bikes and stuff like that, and they don't even care about nothing except just getting high. They don't even recognize that they're from neighborhoods no more, you know what I mean? And that's why they're, to most homies, they're not even seen as homies no more. They're just junkies. There's a difference between a junkie and a gangster. You know what I mean? Not saying that all who touch the drug, but I'm just saying, like, those who, have already, But like I said, some neighborhoods don't allow their homies to do certain drugs. Some neighborhoods don't allow homies to do drugs in general, right? Contrary to what people believe. But yeah, overall, that's the reason why, it's because it helps them numb their pain. Because like I said, these homies have pain and stress and have, this shit that they're dwelling on, you know what I mean? That has, just, in their heads, bro, they just don't have no one to go and talk to, bro, or they don't want to speak about their emotions because they'll be seen as weak or soft, so they keep it bottled up inside. We already learned, never get nothing good out of that. But overall, that's the reason for that, and why it's entangled with the life. The reason why prostitutes do it too, and anybody, or homeless people as well, right? Because of the problems that they have going on, that lead them to the choices they made. I'm saying, and shut up.